just talking about order of operations with powers. All order of operations is BEDMAS. A fancy word to say BEDMAS. So you guys have been using BEDMAS for years. Here's an example. It says students in Red Deer were asked to solve the following skill testing question in order to win tickets to the Billy Talent Contest. It originally said Rihanna, and a couple years ago it said something else. So just put Billy Talent, put a blank there, and put anybody you want to go to a concert to. So you want to go to this concert, which means you have to solve this question. So I want you each to try and solve it and see which one of those is the right answer. So I'll give you a couple minutes to solve that right now. Push pause and then push play when you're ready. Okay, we went through it together. You guys have 3 different answers. Let's solve it as BEDMAS. The first thing is brackets, so I must solve inside here. So I've got 6 times, what's 3 plus 2? 5. Subtract 10, divide by 2. Next step is exponents. There's no exponents, so I go right to the next step, division and multiplication. Now the rule is, you do it left to right, whichever comes first. So, right here, I've got a multiply coming before the dividing, so I'm going to solve this part, and I get 30. Then multiplying comes next, so I can't subtract yet. Adding and subtracting is very last. So then I have to do this part, and I get a 5. Now it says I can do my adding and subtracting. So now I'm going to take 30, subtract 5, I get 25 for an answer. Okay. So now we're going to take a look at what BEDMAS actually tells us. So brackets, meaning brackets always go first. We have to solve inside them if we can. Sometimes we can't solve inside them. Then we evaluate powers if there's exponents. Then we do the exponent second, we solve it and take the next step. Then we divide and multiply. Now it's written BEDMAS, otherwise it would be called BEMDAS. So it really doesn't matter the order these go in. The order specific means you do it left to right, just like you would read a book. Left to right, whichever comes first, in dividing and multiplying. Which ones comes very last? Adding and subtracting. And again, you'll do it left to right, whichever comes first. Okay? So that's how we do those. We're going to do these examples together. So on the bottom of your page, we have 3 cubed plus 2 cubed. Now, if we use the BEDMAS rules, are there brackets I have to worry about? No. Do I have exponents?
Yeah.
Yes. So that means I do exponents next, which means I solve them. So I have to solve the exponents, whoopsie. I have to solve the exponents here, solve the exponents there. So now I'm in my calculator going to go 3 exponent 3, and how big do I get? What's 3 exponent 3? Hands up. What do we get, Jameson? 27. Plus, what is 2 times 2 times 2? 2 cubed. 8, good. So our final answer for this one would be 35, good. Okay? Let's take a look at the next one, letter B. So now I'm going to do the exact same thing. I need to look at brackets. There's no brackets, but I do have exponents. So I need to solve this exponent first. So we know 2 exponent 3, like over here, it became 8. So this is going to give me 3 subtract 8, which gives me a negative 5 on the number line. Okay? Looking at this one, now I do have brackets. So I have to solve inside them. So I'm going to add and get 5. Now I've got an exponent 3. That tells me I have 3 5s. So you're going to take 5 times 5 times 5, or in your calculator, go 5 exponent 3. This will give you 125. Okay? Let's move to the next page, please. Now we see we have multiplying and dividing. The questions keep getting bigger. Does it matter? No, I take it one step at a time. And what's really good, a good strategy to use, is to write your BEDMAS along the side. So if you write BEDMAS, you can cross off the order in the proper order that you're going to do the question. So, do I have brackets?
Yes.
Yes, I do. So I need to solve inside my brackets. Now, inside my brackets, you're going to notice we have more brackets. But what's this bracket actually telling me?
Negative.
Hands up, please. What is it telling me? I'm hearing lots of the correct answers. Lots of the correct answers. In the back, yes.
That it's negative.
That it's a negative base. So the only thing that the brackets in this case are doing is separating it and telling us we have a negative base. So then inside my brackets now, I look and I do BEDMAS again inside the brackets. Do I have exponents? Yes, I do. So I have to solve the exponent in here. So in my big bracket, I still have 2 times. Now I solve this part, -3 exponent 3. So is that going to give me a positive or negative answer? Just by looking at that, what do you think? Negative, good, because I've got 3 negative signs, is what it's telling me. An odd number of negatives will give me a negative. So I'm going to have a negative what number? 27, good. Subtract 6, all exponent 2. Okay, I can still solve in my bracket now. Inside my bracket, I have one more thing. What goes next after exponents? Division and multiplication. Do I have any dividing in there? No, but I have multiplying, don't I? So now I need to multiply those two numbers. So what does that give me? 2 times -27. No. 27 times 2. -54, good. So you get -54, then the subtract 6 comes down, and we still put that 2 back on. We just rewrite it, okay? Now my last step to solve inside the brackets, I'm back to the adding and subtracting, my last step here. So adding and subtracting, I'm just going to add and subtract left to right. So in your calculator, you're going to type in -54, subtract 6. So I'm at -54 on the number line, and I'm going left 6 more. Where do I end up? -60, good. So in my brackets now, I have -60, all now to the exponent 2. Now I'm down to one number and one function left. What's my last thing I have to do? Hunter?
You have to type in your calculator the 60 to the power.
Right, the -60 to the power 2. Now, this is brackets around this. So this is telling me I have 2 sets of -60. So is my answer going to be a positive or a negative? A positive, good. So this is going to give me 3,600. Okay, 3,600. So in your calculator, you would type bracket -60 bracket exponent 2, and it'll give you 3,600. Everybody check, please, with your calculator. Okay, now we're going to take a look at letter B. I'm going to write my BEDMAS again. Okay, do I have brackets? Yes, I have brackets. So I'm going to do my brackets first. So I have to solve in my bracket here. So inside this bracket, I have exponents now. So now I've got to deal with some exponents. So I'm going to go 18 times 18, or 18 squared. Somebody find that out for me, please. 324, good. Now what does 5 exponent 0 give me? 1. Remember, anything that's exponent 0 gives you a 1. So now I've got plus 1. Then I rewrite the rest of the question. That becomes squared, dividing by my -5 cubed. Okay, I still have brackets, so I need to solve inside there. So I'm going to take 324 and add the 1 to give me 325, all squared, then divide by my -5 cubed. Okay, so I'm still in the exponent stuff. I need to now do the exponents here. I need to do the exponents here, and then my last step is to divide them. So everybody solve your exponents here. 325 times 325. For Josiah, what'd you get?
100,000.
625.
That thing, yeah.
Okay, please tell me.
105,600.
Is that confirmed by everybody?
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, what is -5 cubed? Dylan? -125. Now count the negative signs. How many do you have here? 1. So is your answer going to be positive or negative? Negative, good. So now we're going to take 105,625 and divide it by -125. We're going to get negative something. What do we got? Ethan?
845.
845? Does everybody confirm?
Yes.
Absolutely. Make sure you practice, okay? Make sure you're practicing. Now we have fractions. It's a problem-solving question, but really, all it's going to tell us is please solve the question. So now we've got a fraction. The way we solve fractions is we do BEDMAS on the top. Whoa. We do BEDMAS on our top and solve the top. We do BEDMAS on the bottom and solve the bottom. And then what does this line mean? Divide. Good. So then we're going to divide the top by the bottom when we're done. Okay? Now we've got a pi symbol in here. When we use pi, we're not going to type in 3.14. We're going to use the actual pi button because pi is a run-on number that runs on forever, okay? It's an irrational number. So we want to type in the actual number. So remember, try BEDMAS on the bottom. I'm going to let you try the bottom of this, and then I'll work it out with you together, okay? So push pause now, push play when you're ready. So now we're going to take a look at the bottom. We have to do exponents first because there's no brackets. So this guy makes 16. So I have, oh, I did it again. I have 2 times 16. And then over here I have to do the multiplying. Well, what is 1 cubed? Just 1. Is 1 times pi, does that change the value of pi? No. So now I'm going to have 2 times 16 plus pi. Well, what's 2 times 16? 32. So now we're going to go 32 plus pi on the bottom. That's going to give us a run-on decimal. So they have to teach you, and they have to show you how to round that decimal. And they usually tell you what to do. So in this case, we're going to round it to 1 decimal place. So if we round this to 1 decimal place on the bottom, what am I going to get on the bottom? Hands up, please. What are we going to get on the bottom? Devin.
35.14.
35.14, okay. So the 0.14, does that 4 make the 1 go up? No. So we're just going to get rid of that 4. Let's round it to 1 decimal place now. Okay, so our last step is to take the top number and divide by the bottom number. So everybody take the top and divide by the bottom now. And see what you get for an answer. Hands up.
1, 2,
That's
Okay. Who's got it? Cassie, what'd you get?
19.
Good. We get 19.6. Now let's read the question. It says that in the pool, we need a 20 gram per meter squared of water. Now, or that much chlorine in the amount of water she has. So she's got 19.6. If I rounded that, what would it make? 20. So does she have enough chlorine in her water? Yes, good. Okay, so that's all we're trying to find. Does she have enough in her pool that she has? So when you've got a fraction, that is the rule we use. We solve the top. Over here, we didn't have to solve the top. It was already down to 1 digit. We had to solve the bottom, though. We had a whole bunch of stuff going on here. So we use the BEDMAS. We get it down to a couple digits, and then we solve it. Okay, we solved it, and the question needs to tell you how to round the decimals. Then the last step again for BEDMAS would be our dividing here. Okay? Any questions on BEDMAS so far? Sure. What's up, Ben?
If it says like record your answer to the nearest 100.
Okay, nearest 100. Oh, we wanted 100th here, right? Oh, we needed that 4 there. So then what was after the 6? A 3?
So 5.
No, it's a 3.
It's a 5.
It's a 19.63.
Was it 19.63?
I have the answer right there. It's 19.
Okay, let's try it this way because we rounded it to 1 here. Try rounding it to 2 now. Everybody try and put in their calculators. 690 divided by 35.14. Everybody try that. That'll give you a more accurate answer. Rounding to more decimal places is way more accurate.
Okay, now
What did you get?
19.63.
Good. So 19.63. So that is what we got for a final answer.
For our answer, would we say that's not?
No, you would, because it is very, very close to the 20, and if we did round it up, it would make 20. Now, let's say this was 3/6. Would that round to 20? No. So then, would it be enough? No, it wouldn't be. Okay, so do you see how to solve a question like this?
Yes.
Okay. We are now concluded the end of section 1.3 for order of operations.